Hey everybody, welcome. Don Giannetti. Promised we would talk a little bit about 35 millimeter film cameras today, um, and a couple just a couple of cameras. There are some great old cameras out there: the Pentax K1000, the Canon AE1, the Nikon FM. I'm going to talk about three cameras here today that are really close to my heart, um, and also very inexpensive on eBay. Very inexpensive. You can pick up one of these cameras pretty cheaply, and I'm still using on some of my camera here, my film cameras. You're still using non-autofocus lenses. This is my all-time favorite camera ever. This is the Nikon F3. The F3 is a workhorse. It's a monster camera as far as delivering an amazing image. It's just a solid camera. Some of the challenges, of course, are an 80th of a second flash sync here. 60th of a second flash sync, I guess, on this one. I thought it was 80th, whatever. Maximum shutter speed of 1/2000th of a second, which we all appreciated back in the day. But the cool thing is you can get one of these things up on eBay for about $150, $175, many times with a lens. Lens I've got on here is the 50 millimeter f2. Wonderful, wonderful lens. You can get this camera as is here, about $250 on eBay. It's a great, great camera. Check your buyer, make sure your buyer or your seller, make sure your seller's got all the right stars. But you can make some incredible photographs with 35 millimeter film on this. You just have to remember to focus. And looking on the back won't help you. Two of the cameras that I think a lot of people might be interested in. Let's stay with Nikon. This is the Nikon F4. This camera is available on eBay for about $300. In absolute pristine condition, you can get one for about $400. The nice thing about it is all your current Nikon lenses fit right on the front of here, and it's autofocus, bada boom, bada bang. The meter inside this little guy right here is dead on. As long as you know how to use a reflected light meter. And by the way, I talk about meters over at Udemy. It's a free course. I'm not trying to sell you anything here today. I don't try to sell you anything most days. It's a free course on using a light meter that'll explain how to use the meter inside one of these things for perfection. And this meter inside the F4 and the F3, by the way, are astoundingly sharp, very accurate meters. But you can pick up one of these, stick your film, your current autofocus lenses on it, and have a great little film camera for those times when you want to try something a little bit different. Film might be the answer to some creative challenges you're having. If you're a Canon shooter, you might want to look for an EOS 3 or an EOS 1. Either one of those are fantastic cameras. I have one of both. This is the 3. The 1 is back there on a shelf. This was the camera that took me away from Nikon because of the form factor. I just love the way this camera feels. It's all rounded and just amazing, amazing camera. And again, all your Canon lenses, all of them will fit right on the front of this. The meter is exceptionally sharp, exceptionally accurate. It will fit right down in your camera bag, even though I will warn you, it weighs as much as 2 6Ds combined. It's a very heavy camera. It's got a lot of batteries in it. It's metal, and it's just an awesome, awesome camera. If you're a Canon shooter and you want to break out and shoot a little bit of film, this might be the way to go. The 3 is available on eBay for I want to say $350, $400, but it has something kind of cool. This is the 3N. The 3N has, I think, 40 focusing spots in here, and they react to my retina. So as I look at from spot to spot, it refocuses the camera from spot to spot. So it's made for the newer autofocus lenses as well. The EOS 1 does not do that. It's just a regular viewfinder, but it's very bright, very sharp, a great camera. If you already have Canon lenses, you already have Nikon lenses, what's the harm? I mean, it's a fantastic way to open your brain up to some cool new ways of working with film. It's a great way to add a little bit of variety to your portfolio and the way you're shooting. So if you've got the lenses, these are the cameras. If you don't have the lenses, the Nikon manual focus lenses are a steal on eBay. Just an absolute steal. You can get them. You can get some of the best lenses Nikon ever made for $100. It's a fantastic opportunity. But anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit about yesterday. We talked about the RB67 big camera. Here's a couple of smaller cameras, even though they're not really all that small. You can imagine, by the way, why I went from why I shied away from the F4. This is the F3. This is the F4. You can see how much bigger it was. And I wasn't expecting larger. I was actually expecting same size or smaller. F3, my favorite camera. F4, I didn't like it when it came out. I love it now. Things change. See you tomorrow. We'll talk about something different tomorrow. Not film, but we'll talk about something, and I'll see you then. You have a great day, everybody.